We are live. We are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. And this morning on the Huddle, I have a question for you. Are you a live streamer who is struggling to promote your live streams when you go live, that you want more of a live audience? Well, if the answer is yes, this morning on the Huddle, we're going to be talking about 5 great important tips on why you should be using your website that you have or you don't have, to promote your live stream shows. And we're starting right now. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, we welcome you to the show. And this morning on the Huddle, as we said, we're going to be talking about 5 great important tips on helping you to promote your live stream show by using your website that you have. And last week, we talked about being able to promote your live stream shows through the various ways, and now we're going to go more in depth in each of the tips that we talked about last week. So this week we're going to focus on the importance of having a website. So you definitely, if you have not seen last week's live stream, you want to check it out, so that way you can follow the series on helping you to better promote your live stream shows when you go live and having an audience, but most importantly, even on the replay, because we know that YouTube is very saturated. It's in creating content on various platforms like YouTube and LinkedIn and Instagram. It's beginning to become very crowded and noisy. But it's important to use the tips and tools that you have to be able to stand out and to promote your message to the right audience. So you want to check us out. This morning, we want to say good morning to those who are in the chat. And if you are just joining us and you are a part of Team Live, let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. And we see already Team Live has our very beloved dear Auntie Denise in the house from This and That. Good morning. And oh yeah, we can't have a live stream show without our dear friend Tech Troublemaker. He's a troublemaker. Oh yeah, that's a little something new for you, Tech. I want to say good morning to you all. And if you're checking out the replay of this live stream show, we want to thank you for checking us out. Make sure you give us a team replay in the comments section. And so without further ado, haven't said this in a very long time, so let's get the right button. Let's fire up the stream deck. Firing up the stream deck. That's right. We got the stream deck back now, baby. We got the stream deck back. We're excited. Talking about the importance of having, make sure I get a better shot of that. Boom. Having a website. Yeah, I'm down at the bottom there. But that's okay. It's all good. Having a website, you being able to use your website to promote your live stream. Because the truth of the matter is, when we post content, whether if it's for shorts, going live, we have to then, be able to let the algorithms of these platforms to get us in front of, first of all, our subscribers, and then they take the next step and get us in front of, more viewers, so that we can get more views. But again, someone else is going live. Someone else is posting content. So we're constantly competing with people within our niche of audiences we're trying to reach. But if you have a website, you have an advantage where you can post that same content, and having people coming to your website, coming to your YouTube page, but coming to your website, so that way you can get that content viewed and get that content shared. And so that's what we want to talk about this morning. So let's get into the tips. Boom. Tip number one. Tip number one, a website is going to help you to have an online presence, to have more of an online presence on the web and online. You want to be able to have an online presence that's going to promote your message, to promote your brand, to promote your story. But if you don't have a website to be able to do these things, your presence is not is magnified and further reached out to more people, because we're kind of dealing more with the platform of YouTube. We're dealing with the platform of LinkedIn, which we are on LinkedIn this morning. So we want to say good morning to the LinkedIn audience that is checking out the live stream show of the Huddle, the return on LinkedIn. So we're dealing in basically promoting content to these platforms with the hope that they're going to get our live stream shows out to our audience and those who are not our audience. But when you have a website, it's going to help you to have an online presence where you can be more active online. Being more active online, because a website is, as we said last week, is something you own. It's something you're paying for your domain, you're paying for your website, and it's something you own. And so you're not dependent upon rented space. On top of being able to have a website that helps you to have online presence, it's a tool that you can develop online relationships. You can develop online relationships. And then finally, you can automate your process of how your content is going to be posted. You're going to automate your process in terms of when it's scheduled, and automate your processes with other things that's going to help develop and to build your online presence. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, having a website gives you the ability and the tools to be able to increase traffic to your website. It's one thing to have a website if you have one, but if you're not getting enough traffic to that website, then unfortunately it's like you have a store. I want you to think about this. You are a store owner, auntie. You have the this and that store that's competing with other small businesses. Tech troublemaker. You have your tech store in on Main Street, but you have other competitors, and people are walking back and forth, but they're not coming into the store. The traffic is not coming in. And so utilizing things like SEO, search engine optimization, will help you to be able to put things in place to start increasing traffic to your website. You want to use search engine optimization so that you optimize your site, and you want to be utilizing keyword strategies. I told you we were going to go a little deeper today. We're going to go a little deeper today on promoting your live streams. So we're going into websites here today, but it all ties into when you go live, you have a tool. You have a tool in your toolbox that's helping you to promote your live stream. Now, when I first got introduced to having a website before my YouTube days, it was back in 2015, where I was blogging. I got introduced into blogging and blogging and sharing content online through found out about WordPress, and I started using the WordPress sites, and I had a domain. But the challenges that I was having between, I want to say 2015 to about 2019, was that I had very little traffic coming to it. I had a small group of people, maybe less than 100 people, who would come visit my blog page and my website based on how often I posted a blog. But the traffic that I was really hoping to tap into, I really wasn't capitalizing on it, because I knew very little about SEO and search engine optimization. I knew very little about the importance of optimizing my site and the importance of keyword strategy. And so the takeaway here is, if you do have a website and if you're seeing that you're not getting traffic to it, that's when we have to kind of look and put some time in learning about SEO. And there's some great resources that I've found over the years. If you are a LinkedIn user, you tap into LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning only costs about anywhere from $25 to $30 a month, and you can type into the subject and you can find tons and tons of online courses on SEO. You can find tons and tons of courses that talks about keyword strategy. Or if you don't have the time and the energy to do some self-studying, you can then reach out to experts that specialize in SEO. Depending on the web hosting company that you're using, whether if it's WordPress or Squarespace, they may have individuals on their team that can help you to better optimize your website so that you can promote your live stream show when you go live and on the replay. The same things that we're doing in optimizing the replay for our YouTube videos, our website should not be neglected. It should not be neglected. Hey, if you are getting great value out of this live stream show this morning, those of you who are in the chat this morning, do me a favor, from Tech to Auntie Denise and to my dear sister Florence, that is in the chat, make sure y'all click that thumbs up button. To my online listeners who are checking me out online as you're listening in the car, if you're working out in the gym, or if you are just having a good morning walk in the rain, please do me a favor, make sure you click that like button. Come back over here right quick. Let's get over here. Perfect. Let's get back to the chat. So we got our dear sister Florence in the house. Good morning. We got the moderators of moderators, Mr. Frank Jackson in the house. Good morning, sir. Good morning. The Huddle community is showing up this morning. So glad to have you all here. So we talked about SEO and we talked about online presence. So let's go over to tip number 3. Tip number 3, having a website also means that you have to make sure that it is mobile friendly, because not a lot of people these days are on desktop. Not a lot of individuals are on iPads and Kindles watching online content. You know where they're watching it? They're watching it on the mobile phone. They're watching it on the mobile phone, and they're scrolling. And so you want to utilize your website so that it is mobile friendly to people who are using their mobile device on the train. They're using their mobile device, not driving, but they're parked, waiting for someone to come out so they can pick them up, and they're on their mobile phone, or they're at the dinner table in the restaurant having dinner, and you want them to be able to look and see your web page. You want them to see your web page, and once you have them there, you want to grab their attention. Not only do you want to grab their attention, you want to keep their attention. And so when you're utilizing your website, you want to grab and keep their attention. Keeping their attention means giving you and me the opportunity to start to building trust, because that's where people are on the most. They're on the mobile device. They're on the mobile phone, watching and listening to content. And so it gives me the opportunity to build trust. I think about the Girl Scouts. The Girl Scouts who now it's springtime and now they're bringing out the cookies and all the different flavors of the cookies. Hey, if you are a Girl Scout cookie eater, let me know in the chat which one that you love the most. Put it in the chat. Which one do you love when it comes to Girl Scout cookies? We're talking about having the importance of having a website on promoting your live, but since we're talking about the Girl Scouts, hey, let me know which one is your favorite cookies. And the reason why I bring them up, because people buy from people they like, people they know, and people they trust. People buy from people they like, people they know, and people they trust. Well, guess what? People like Girl Scout cookies. People like the Girl Scouts when they come out in front of the supermarket or at the train and say Girl Scout cookies. They not only like, but they know about them and they trust them and they're willing to buy Girl Scout cookies. And so that's what we want in terms of when we are using our websites as a tool to promote our live streams. We want people to get to know us, and oh, Auntie says, oh yeah, I love me some peanut butter cookies, peanut butter oatmeal cookies. Okay. See, Auntie, you starting something, Auntie. Frank says lemon, got the lemon ups, we got the man, we got the legend in the chat this morning with Mr. Joshua UL. Joshua, we're talking about the importance of having a website to promote your live stream shows, but we're on a tip about the Girl Scout cookies right now because we're talking about the importance of why people buy from them, because people buy from people they like, they know, and they trust. And when you like and know and trust someone, you're going to get you some good old-fashioned Girl Scout cookies. And so that's what we want to do with our websites. We want to build trust. Hey, if you're just joining me this morning, we're talking about 5 important tips of why you should be utilizing a website as a tool that you own, not rented space, not always using rented space, but a tool you own to help to promote your live stream shows. And as we go into next week's topic, this is going to tie right in with websites, and it's going to tie into last week's live stream show. So you want to get the series here that we're building to help promote your live stream show, to get you in front of more of an audience on live, but most importantly, team replay. The crew, the posse, the online squad, you getting more replays. Okay, so it's all tying together. So that's tip number 3. Let's go back. Man, gonna get this together. Tip number 3. Tip number 4, brand awareness. A website, and we got a brand expert in the chat. If you didn't know, and he'll bring some correction in the chat. You have liberty, Mr. Joshua L. UL. If I'm off point on this next tip, please let me know, and we will definitely put that up there. Brand awareness. Brand awareness comes from you being able to, from over time, you posting quality content that you're doing on YouTube and that you're sharing on your website. Now, I told you when I was first beginning using my website, I was doing a lot of blogging, posting a lot of inspiration and motivational blog posts. And over time, as I started to get better at my craft in doing blogs, the quality of the content began to get better, that I began to get more people started to become more aware of who I was as a person who was posting. The content was starting to speak for me, and it began to get me more of an awareness online. I began to develop a brand in what I was doing. But if the quality of my content was not good, then people would kind of, again, just like we were on our mobile phones, we kind of scroll, we see something and go, that don't, that. Or if they did post and they started to read it and it wasn't all of that what I promoted it to be, they kept going. But if the quality was good, people begin to start to become aware of who I was. They begin to become aware about my website and what I was doing. And so we want to use our websites as a tool, posting quality content where we're not depending upon Facebook. We're not depending upon a tick and a talk, but we're using the website, our tool that we own, to make quality content and to help to develop our voice, to develop our creative voice that stands out in the crowded niche that we create content in for the audience that we're trying to reach. So not only should we be developing our creative voice on the platform like YouTube, and again, as I said, we are on LinkedIn, to the LinkedIn people who are checking us out this morning. If you're watching us team live, make sure you let us know in the chat on LinkedIn. Give us a team live and or on the replay. And then part of building a brand awareness is also being able to have social sharing and social proof. And so as we're putting these things to work, as we're developing these things, our website begins to build more of an online, have more of an online presence. It begins to get more traffic through SEO, and it's going to help. It's going to help build our personal brand and brand awareness through our website. Our website is something that we own. If you're paying your annual hosting bill that you pay every year, or depending on what you have, that's something that you can be able to put on the banner and say WalterStrong3rd.com, TechTroublemaker.com, this and that.com, FlorenceDonaldLLC.com. It's a tool that you can be able to use. You can use. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this live stream discussion on the importance of using your website as a tool to promote your live stream, and you have been in the chat Team Live, or you're just listening to us through Team Live, please do me a favor, click that thumbs up button. Give us a thumbs up. This lets YouTube know that this is some great content that you are enjoying, and they need to be sharing with others to get more people to watch it. And share this on your favorite social media platform. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, where we are committed to helping you broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, then we want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Click the alert notification button. So there, boom. Tip number five. Having your website also gives you the ability to look at the website analytics. And as I think back in my earlier days of when I first had my first website, when I was doing blogging, and I was, had just promoted and released my first book, as I look back on part of the reason why my first website wasn't as successful, it was because I was ignorant and not using my website analytics. The same way we have YouTube analytics for our YouTube page, websites give you an insight to your viewers who are coming to your page, to your website, and coming to the different pages. So when you start to use and understand your website analytics, this begins to show you where the website is the most strongest, where the strongest part of the website is, and where the holes, where are the opportunities for growth to strengthen the website. So you're able to see viewer insight from it. You're also able to see things like bounce rate. What I remember the most when I started to try to understand my website analytics, they would always talk about getting your bounce rate down, because if you had a high bounce rate, that means you didn't keep people on your website as long as that you should. And as a result, they end up being on for a few minutes. So the same way our YouTube analytics talks about people watching our content and then getting them from a retention standpoint to keep watching them, it shows us that the what they call the hockey stick, and how long people watch and then they leave. Well, that's the type of bounce rate that our website will show us if people are coming to the website and they're leaving only after a short amount of time. And so we have to pay attention to things like viewer insight, bounce rate, and again, making sure we are optimizing our pages, especially if you have a page that's dedicated, that promotes your YouTube channel, that promotes your YouTube content. If they're coming to the page, but they're leaving that page, that's an indication that there's some work that needs to be done to that page so you can better use it as a tool to promote your website. And so, as we said, we're going to go deeper into each of the tips that we talked about last week, and to promote your live stream shows that when you go live, and for the replay. So we're going to touch on each of these tips. And so in summary, we've talked about the importance of building with your website, making sure that it's the type of website that gives you an online presence over time, that you are increasing your traffic, that your website is mobile friendly, and your website is giving you brand awareness, and you are utilizing and understanding your website analytics. All of these things put together can help you to have a great website that you use as a tool to promote your website. And so this is just the first tip that we talked about last week in last week's live stream show. And so this is more of an in-depth to it. If you have a question in what we talked about this morning, do me a favor, put a Q in front of your question, and we will have a discussion and do our very best to answer your question so that way we can be able to add value to you. We want to say good morning to my good man. I haven't seen this gentleman in a while, Mr. Marcus. Did I get him? Okay, there we go. Good morning, Marcus. Good to see you, sir. I believe you are out. I believe last time we talked, unless you're still there, you are over in Switzerland. You just arrived for the summary. Hey, sir, I appreciate that. I'm glad we were able to give you some vitamins to get you inspired to be able to create great content through the summary. And definitely check out the replay. Check out the replay for me. Check out the replay of Team Replay. There's a lot of great information there to help you this morning, to help you grow your brand, your message that you're doing. So if you have a question, put a Q in front of it. And then if there are no questions, we want to get into win for the week. So while we're waiting for wins of the week, let me do this right quick. Be sure if I did this correctly. I did it correctly. So I wanted to show you my website. Let's get the website here. So here is my website, and I'll make this a little bigger here. Shrink me. Shrink me. Oh, I know what I got to do. Hold on. Getting back used to using my Stream Deck. Okay, perfect. There we go. Come back over here. Okay, and then we're going to do that there. Okay, perfect. I'm over here in the corner. So that's this. This is my new website. My new website before I had my old one. And so again, it's built around the brand and the message of helping content creators to broaden their reach through online video. I couldn't get the entire your reach, your impact, and income through online video. And so utilizing our website to be able to share with people who I am as a content creator and as an online coach and as a live stream producer, and helping people to start doing their own live streams and sharing what I do. We are very committed to work with clients to help them to build confidence on camera. And so we're using our website as a tool here and sharing them not only to build confidence on camera, but to help them to develop a winning content strategy and to be consistent in creating that content and working with clients so that they can be able to convert viewers into clients and basically say, hey, look, hey, if you're interested in today, hey, let's start today. And then just recently added the Walter Strong coaching services. So I'm listening, Florence. I'm listening, Florence. I'm listening based on our conversation last night. And if a person wants to connect, we say, hey, let's huddle. Let's get together and let's huddle. We'll book an appointment. And then I want to thank publicly for two people who are present in the chat who were willing to add their testimonials to Tech Troublemaker and my dear sister Florence, and adding their testimony. And then also the Mamba mentality of content creation, Mr. James Hicks. And so this kind of just gives you an insight of how you can use your website as a tool to promote your live stream. Let me just do something else right quick. Here. Boom. Should have the huddle there. So boom, here is the huddle. So here's the huddle. And again, here's how I'm a big believer on not just teaching, but putting into practice on being able to promote my live streams. Now, I have to make sure I update this because these are some fair, some most, these are not most recent live streams, but live streams that we did on thinking bigger and live streams that we talked on content strategy. And so then if an individual is looking for more help on how to start live streaming, there is the live stream checklist and helping them to be able to join the Huddle community through our email marketing list. And so this is just a formal way of doing this. Tech has a comment. Oh, he has a comment to our good friend Marcus. All right, no problem, no problem. Huddle community sharing love with one another. If you have a question, put a Q in front of it. If there are no questions, we're going to transition over to win of the week. Win of the week here. We're going to transition to win of the week, but I just wanted to kind of share that in terms of those tips, what we talked about on how to use your website as a tool to promote your live stream. Boom, boom, boom. Remember? Oh, yes, definitely. As Sister Florence says, remember to hit that like button. Not if if you feel that the like button is not turning black, maybe you need to just tap the like button, punch the like button. Don't scream at the like button because it won't go black. But click the like button, give us a thumbs up, share this on your favorite social media platform. Another tip here. Marcus had a question. Let's go to question. Marcus, where? Let's get your question. Marcus, where are you? Question. Okay, Marcus, where's the question? Okay, there we go. Let me start that question so that question don't go nowhere. Marcus says, is Squarespace a good place for my website? Is Squarespace a good company to use for your website? This website that you saw, Marcus, is from Squarespace. So I've used Squarespace now for close to maybe 2 years now. I'm going up on 2 years because the bill is due this coming month in April. And so I would say yes. In my 2 years being with Squarespace, it is a great website hosting platform to use because I'm using Squarespace. And it's been giving me a lot more freedom to be able to build my pages and design my pages to my heart's desire. Whereas with WordPress, and I still refer people to WordPress depending on what their goals are. And I should have started with this question, Marcus, depending on what your goals is. So my goal was I wanted to be able to design my website. I wanted more freedom with it. I wanted more making sure it was mobile friendly. It was more responsive. And I felt Squarespace gave me that. Whereas my WordPress, it gave me some of those things, but the more things that I wanted with the WordPress cost me more money. And when I saw what Squarespace had to offer me, and I was able to save about anywhere from $80 to $100 a year annually because of the cost, Squarespace was a no-brainer. So depending on your goals, if you have some similar goals that I had, that I was looking to do for my website, Squarespace is definitely a web hosting platform that you definitely want to look at. This is not sponsored by Squarespace. We don't have an affiliate link from them yet. So that's a great idea. But I would definitely, look into that. If you need some more help on that, let's hook up. And I'll definitely be a resource for you, Marcus, on that. I want to say thank you, Florence, for helping me to point out that question. Any other questions? Auntie says. Oh, Auntie has a win of the week. So let me just, before I go to win of the week, let's star that. Got to start starring more. That'll help stuff not jump all over the place. But don't see no other questions. Don't see any questions. Boom, boom. This is a great live stream show this morning. Great live stream. Win of the week. Auntie says that I had homemaking. Oh yeah, she's working on our homemaking mentoring course. Is ready to start. Yes. Next week. All right. All right. So we get this up here next week. If you are, and homemakers is not just for our sisters, our female counterparts. If you are a male and you are and you care about your castle, it said that a woman can take a house and turn it into a beautiful home. But if you are a man who works with your wife or works with your significant spouse or other, and you want your house to be a kingdom, a castle, then you want to check out Auntie Denise at this and that and look more into her homemaking mentoring course on for his brothers, turning your home, your house into a kingdom, and to our sisters who want to turn your home, your house into a beautiful home. I hope I did very good for being a good promotion for you, Auntie. If not, then there was no cost for that. Win last night. Oh yeah, win last night. This was a home run win of the week for our dear sister Florence. She was able to have all the way from London, Mr. Ash Bolin. I guess he's tired from being up so late last night. We don't have him in the chat this morning. And she had some other guy named Walter Strong, the third, me, of course. And we had a great live stream show talking the importance about why you need to be able to find your niche, and not only find your niche in creating content, on how it can help you to be more productive. And so it was a lot of great conversation. If you missed that, you can definitely check out the replay on how your niche can help you to be more productive. We had a lot of great individuals from the Huddle community, from IT and others in there. And Denise says, "Oh my, thank you, thank you." If I need to work on do better voiceover promotions, just let me know, and I'll work on it for you. Yeah, Florence. Oh yeah, definitely had tech in there too. Tech every week. You had the Huddle community. Definitely, it was a great win. I I, I don't think my daughter is listening to the show in the other room, so I'm going to say this. Let me know you guys can hear me. I'm not going to talk too low, but a major win of the week. My daughter just got an acceptance letter from Syracuse University, 4-year scholarship, completely paid for. The only thing we have to kind of really be of a small concern is about room and boarding, for housing there. But we just started on the scholarships trail. So I told her, I said, there's going to be enough scholarship money to cover that 4-year of rooming. But for her to get a 4-year ride all the way paid at Syracuse University. Oh my gosh. And I was just telling my daughter, I just said, we just got to trust God. We just have to trust God to really show us where you should be going, because Syracuse was one of her top 5 schools. And so when she saw that, and I saw the look on her face of like, oh my gosh, God just did this for me. God did this for me. It was almost exciting. So that was a major, major win. And there's still more schools to have that have not yet responded to her, but just one of her top 5 have already, and it's kind of already kind of swayed her towards Syracuse. So I was like, hey, she was looking at this other one, Georgia State University, and I was like, man, we gotta get plane tickets, and we're gonna have to rent a car, and then have to do a visit. And if she accepts, we got to get her down there. But Syracuse is only 5 hours away from me. So major, major, major win. Woo! Let me tell you something, Florence. My goodness, I scream. I'm not a screamer, but I scream when she shared that news with me. Auntie said, oh my goodness. Yes, yes. I'm just excited to just such a blessing. And She's a high honor roll student. High honor roll. She was explaining to me, out of 362 seniors at her high school, why she was ranked number 7. And I kept saying, how come you didn't make top 5? I was like, you always get high honor roll grades. She gets nothing less than a 95. Nothing less than a 95. And she was explaining to me the difference where number 1 was to number 7. She was like, just not a whole lot of percentage points of a difference. But she said, "Hey, I'm not discouraged. The simple fact that I made it in the top 10, the top 7 out of 362 students, major win, major win, major win." Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. And I'm just believing God that Syracuse won't be the one, only one that'll come a knocking with 4 years. But it seems they it's she seems to be, her foot seems to be pointed towards that 5-hour trip for this fall. So I'm excited. Oh, we have someone new in the Huddle community of Team Live. So I want to say good morning to Mr. Auguris Audio Cult. Good morning, sir. And you appreciate the feedback, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that it has added value to you, and you just making yourself known, because I always try to do my best to recognize my online listeners who for weeks maybe have just, maybe again because you're at work working on a project while you're listening to me in the gym, or going for a good nice morning walk on the live stream. And so I want to thank you for your feedback. I pray that this is not the last time that you're with us. And you joined us in the middle of a series. So I don't know how much of this content that you got this morning. If you didn't get everything, definitely want to encourage you to get Team Replay, be a part of Team Replay, and tie in last week's live stream, because we want to help individuals who are doing live streaming, or you're pre-recording your live streams and then you upload them. We want to help you to be able to stand out on the platform of YouTube. So again, glad to have you here, a part of Team Live. So many great wins of the week. So many great wins of the week. We are at now 43 minutes. So let's go a little deeper. Going a little deeper. So let's set the table for next week. Let's set the table for next week. Let's whet your expectation for next week. So we talked about the importance of having a website to help use that as a tool to promote your live stream. Next week, we're going to go into email marketing. We're going to go into the importance of using your email list to be able to help you to be able to let people know when you're going live, and also to use your email marketing list to let them know about your replay and other things. And I have a great idea just popped in my head about having a potential guest to come on next week for this very topic. So I'm not going to spoil it, as much as I like spoilers and not spoiling anything. So I'm going to reach out to this person and see if they can be a guest for next week to talk about our next tip on email lists, because I've watched this person put this into practice. I mean, watch this person put it into practice, and I've watched them be consistent at it. Be consistent. And so yeah, we're going to be talking about email lists. And we're going to go get more in detail, more depth with it. There are things like MailChimp. There are things like Constant Contact. We use MailChimp, but we're going to just kind of get into some principles on how to start an email list, and how you should be utilizing it to help promote not just your live stream, but to promote your brand and message as a content creator. And so we're gonna touch on that as well, and then we're gonna just continue on. These 7 tips on helping you to promote what you are passionate about, and to help you to get in front of the right audience. because as we know, you turn on your YouTube page and you go to your homepage and you look at your content and you're looking at in terms of how many people are watching and viewing your content, and you're seeing how competitive it is and how oversaturated it is. And and it causes me and you as a content creator to be faced with these two choices. Choice number one, you can kind of get discouraged based on the oversaturation and it being so crowded. I've just watched how YouTube Shorts has just gotten so crowded now. And or you can say, okay, there are other ways I can help myself stand out in a crowded niche. There are other ways I can help promote and share my content with my audience, my viewers, my subscribers. There are other tools that I can use, such as a website, such as email marketing list. But most importantly, don't forget good old fashioned word of mouth. Good old fashioned word of mouth. When we got on that tip on word of mouth on a scale of 1 to 10 this week, I want to ask you all the content you've been posting this week on a scale of 1 to 10. How much word of mouth have you been using from our new guest, Argoris Audio, Cult to Tech, to Marcus, to Denise, to Florence, to Frank, to Joshua, and those who are listening? How much on a scale of 1 to 10 have you been using word of mouth to promote your content? Not just your live streams, but your content. Let's get that in the chat. Let's get that in the chat right quick. And we're gonna bring this to a close shortly, because I want to keep hammering that tip. And we're definitely going to have to go more in detail, in depth on word of mouth. And we had some great discussions. Okay. We got a 2. Okay. Appreciate the honesty. Word of mouth. And I'm not asking you to stand on a soapbox with a bullhorn and say, hey, I'm getting ready to go live this Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. I'm getting ready to go live at 6:30 p.m. I'm just saying, have a conversation. Have a conversation. And what I found and of course, I pray and I ask God, provide me the opportunities to be able to share. And I shared last week in terms of at my job's town hall meeting when they were talking about of how they're going to be using their website to put further promoting information out for their members for the credit union, because they wanted to calm people's fears about the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank out here in Long Island, New York. And so they were going to put some information on the website. I said to them, don't forget your YouTube page. Your YouTube page is very utilized at all. And the one piece of content that you had, the CEO of the company put the YouTube page, the YouTube video up, and you had 3,000 views on it. All your other ones didn't. And then I simply said to them, hey, if you need help on working on your YouTube page, if your marketing team needs help, though I'm in the deposit operations fraud department, I have a YouTube channel and I promote, I have a live stream show. And so it was an easy segment as a word of mouth to tell people about me. So finding that natural way. So Florence says 7, Auntie says 2. Anyone else? When we get to this tip, this show on word of mouth, on how to use word of mouth to promote your live stream shows, the 7 for Florence is going to be 10 plus. For Denise, it's going to be 10 plus. I want you to kind of gauge yourself where you're at right now. Put that number in the chat. Gauge yourself so that way when we get to that tip on word of mouth, on promoting your live stream, on promoting your content. Maybe you're a person who doesn't do live streams, but you produce content online, but you want to get it in front of new viewers. You want to get your content in front of new viewers. Got to open up your mouth. I did, you know, you got to open up your mouth. Marcus says 3. Cool. So Marcus, I'll keep you informed through IG when I get to this subject on word of mouth. I may after email marketing list. We're gonna do this 2 weeks. Give you a 2-week assignment. So we're gonna deal with email marketing list next week. We're gonna deal with word of mouth after. So that way, whatever these numbers at now, we want 10 plus. We want 10 plus, and I want you to be able to start, finding ways to just be able to have a casual conversation and telling someone. Um, I'll be honest with you, when it comes to family, I had to go to my lovely wife and say, "Hey, sweetheart, I haven't seen you in my live stream audience in a very long time. I would love for you to come on the show and kind of give me some support and love. You know how passionate that I am." And I felt like I had invested a lot of time and equity in trying to help promote and encourage her in the things that she's passionate in, and giving her my time, my energy, my listening ears, and even monetarial. And so she was in the live stream last week. Now she's at a business conference this morning, so I know she wasn't going to be on, but I had to have a conversation. Sometimes it's about having a conversation with family. And the more you share with her, when I share with her, she may share with others and say, "Hey, look, you need to check my husband out." She may meet someone at the business conference and find out that they have some of the same interests that I do and say, "Hey, look, you need to check out my husband's YouTube page. He goes live every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. That's how you get the ball rolling. That's how you get the ball rolling. So just want to encourage you so we can help you to promote your brand, your message, your content, you having confidence on camera, helping you so that you can build a winning content strategy, helping you to have a consistent branding message, and you to be able one day to convert viewers, your loyal viewers, into clients. And so that's what we're moving towards in 2023. So I want to thank each and every one of you for part of being of Team Live this morning, and to Team Replay on YouTube, Team Replay on LinkedIn. If you've been checking me out on LinkedIn, definitely leave me a comment, leave me some thoughts and some feedbacks. And we are excited. So I'm definitely going to reach out to this person this afternoon to see if they are available to come on to be a guest. And when you see the thumbnail, you'll know who the person is. That's when you'll find out who they are, because I want to make sure if they say yes, I got to promote it, give it enough time. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of Team Live this morning. Had a great discussion. We've had a great discussion here this morning. And so as we close out by saying, many are the plans in a person's heart. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail in your life. Make a quality decision today and let God's purpose prevail in your life. We will see you next week on the Huddle. Hey, make sure you subscribe, click that thumbs up button, and share this live stream this morning. God bless. Yeah, there we go.